Hello and welcome to the FMSL podcast with me, Cam. It is transfer week and it has been very, very, very stressful. It's been a busy week. It's been a long week, and we're now coming to the end. I don't think there'll be any more deals done. So this is kind of the final installment of the kind of window stuff. Unfortunately, Chrissy has had to drop out. He has been to Legoland today, and he's just not up to it. He's very, very tired. So I have brought in a special guest who was going to come on anyway, but I have brought in a special guest to help me with this, and it's a man who some people in this will curse out, including myself, and some of you will go well done too. So it's one of those very peculiar things that we could share as one. So please welcome the one, the only Magnus.
Right, Cam. I don't know about helping you, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If Chrissy goes to Legoland a bit more, then you might have to come on. I was creased when he messaged, and I knew he was out, and he'd sent me a picture on Snapchat, and you'll laugh. I see he sent me a picture on Snapchat, and I was like, looking at it and going, that looks good. Where's that? And I looked at it a bit closer. And then I looked at it again. I realised it's Legoland. I thought it was some fucking town in the middle of, like, the south. And I was like, you've just had me on. It's fucking Legoland. How dare you? But I was a bit like, whoa. But he said, oh, how long we're going to be? I want to go to bed. I went, just go to bed, mate. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I was actually
left me in charge.
God help us all. I was actually just around the corner from Legoland about 2 weeks ago with my daughter, but I skillfully avoided the signage.
Well done. Because that would be awful. I mean, I'd love to go to Legoland because it would be fucking mid.
Come to Legoland, Denmark. That's the real stuff, not this wannabe stuff
Denmark?
in the UK. Yeah, it's where the original one is.
Ooh.
Mm.
Got any Danish people? No, we don't. Oh, that's sad. You're the closest thing. You're the closest thing. And we don't want any anyway. So
no,
that is there. I mean, to be honest, it has been a very busy week for us both, hasn't it, in terms of the transfer window? Have you enjoyed it?
Not particularly. the free, I had such a brilliant plan for my free pick, and then some chummy bastard came in and bought up my free pick, so I had to re-evaluate my chance. So
I wonder who that was. Honestly, I really I know. We'll talk about that in a little while. But obviously, for those who don't know, I mean, everybody should know by now, Magnus, this is your third time on the podcast. And no, that is not wine. Yes, so this is Magnus' third time on the podcast. So he knows the general crack, and everybody kind of knows him. But just as a bit of background, we have got a little new thing, a little new segment when we're doing these things. So I showed this to Magnus before. So we've got a little manager fact first. Magnus has been in the league a long time. So his current club on the new cycle is Atalanta. However, his former clubs include, and I know that they're possibly in the wrong order here, but I'm going to try and get them in the right order. And anybody who can offer some insight shall, probably at some point. You can't remember either, which is
no clue.
More embarrassing for me. Because I had to go to other people. So I believe it's Celtic, then Valencia, then Union Berlin, then Stade Reims, and then Freiburg, which I knew anyway.
Yeah, I could be right, but it should be champions Atalanta, actually, if you want to get it right.
Sorry. Two-time champions in this cycle at Atalanta. Hopefully going for back-to-back.
That's what I'm aiming for.
That's what I hope so. I hope so, because you'll be the only person to have done it, and then you're the only person who can do it this FM.
You see, if I had held on to that one player, I think I would have managed to do it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Selling the referees and that, like, it doesn't help you. But we'll get down to that in a minute. So obviously, we do know that Magnus once did have hair, because I did find a photo on Google. And this photo is going to be
Sorry.
shown in 3, 2, 1. No, I'm only kidding. I'm not that mean. You can go look for it yourself. But he did once have hair, which
I did. I actually had
Oh,
long
Magnus
blonde
came
hair.
up. No.
Long blonde hair down to here. Yeah, it's a God. And I had. You remember those rat tails back in the day? That little strand. Funny story. My grandma actually paid me money to cut it off. So she
You
had
know what?
some
Thank you,
style.
Grandma. Thank you, Grandma,
It's-
because that would have been awful.
that was horrific. That was absolutely
Oh, that is
horrific.
awful. So that is the manager, little manager fact file that we put together for people who may not know who Magnus is, and we'll probably do one of those for every manager that comes on. And the random fact won't be about hair unless it's somebody who's bald. So, um, like let's think about this. So we're going to talk about the Premier League first. Now,
Sure.
there is some really big names in the Premier League, man, and you know that. So there was a lot of movement this window, which
There was.
contributed to the unbelievable scenes that have followed within this window. And I had a look before, and I'm going to try and remember what the number was. This window alone, I believe, there was. Where have we gone? Overall, now, in all of the windows, there has been £62 billion spent.
Sure.
Now, if I remember rightly, that was a lot lower before the start of this window.
Mm.
Like a lot lower. At
Yeah,
least probably about 8 billion lower.
Jesus. Okay.
So that shows you how bad it's been in terms of transfers. It's been mental.
I mean, I
It's
think there's
been
been quite a lot
insane.
of lost bids as well. I mean, I can remember, I can
Yeah.
cite 3 or 4 just off the top of my head. That's close to 500 million in bids that I've just had on 3 or 4 players. So there's probably been a lot of deals that we don't know of.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably talk about them that we do for the ones that we do know. We'll probably end up talking about them, but let's start with the biggest 3 in the Premier League, and we're gonna go in kind of a left to right order. Actually, no, we'll go from centre to right to left because that kind of rolls the window. So, biggest moves, the man in the middle. That is who we're
Yes.
going to talk about to start with. So the man in the middle is Erling Haaland. He played for
Atalanta, the champions.
Atalanta, the champions. Now, Magnus, please talk
Yes.
us through
Yes. So
the
I
start
made
of this.
promise last transfer window that if I was going to win the league, I would sell him. But a certain Signor Bruno beat me on the goal line, so he stayed for another season just to win the league this season instead. But as I promised, I said I would sell him this season. I know that, I mean, if I had kept him, I had 200 million at the beginning of the transfer window. We could have sold off a few additional players, got in a few others, but then I wouldn't have the team that I have now. So I think, although he's gone, I'm pretty confident with the guys that I've got in those key positions that I think it'll be good. And I mean, if you look at the offer that I got, I mean, how could you really say no?
Yeah, but let's
But
talk about the other offers because you've glazed over the fact that this transfer saga went on for about a day and a bit. Like it went on for at least a day.
it's
And
ridiculous.
it must have started, and I know it personally started before the window even fucking opened.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah.
So, talk through that process because I know from me and you have already had this kind of we had a bit of a conversation on Sunday,
Yeah.
but like talk through the whole thought process and the bids behind it because I think other people need to hear this, not from what my mouth is. It's not coming out of here. People need to hear it coming out of your mouth.
Well, as everyone knows, there was a slight dramatic turn of events with Newcastle and Joe. So I was negotiating with him. He was out of his mind on holiday, I believe, when he was starting bidding. So I was doing my usual thing. I think I was chatting to 6 people at the same time about Haaland. Some respectable offers, some came in at 200, 300 million, and then I'm showing them the offers that I'm getting, and they're just like, yeah, no, not even close to competing. So I think within half an hour to an hour, I would be negotiating with six or seven people, and Joe came in, and I said, listen, this is my bottom line. He wanted 30 million in addition to Garvey, in addition to, oh Christ, who else was it?
You did tell
Isak
me. Yeah.
and
I'm going to just have a quick little scan.
the Hungarian maestro, Szoboszlai.
Soboslai.
Yeah. So it was those three, but he wanted Holland and 30 million. And then we're going back to what I was thinking about it, and then I was like chatting to a few people. I can't pay money as part of a deal with Haaland. I mean, that just didn't make too much sense to me. I said, listen, this is my bottom line. It's going to have to be those three. And then I leave my phone and I hit the jacks, and I come back and holy shit, oh hell is broken loose. I've got like 50 messages from Joe and everyone saying, can you confirm what's going on? How could you do this to me? And
and that was not me, by the way. That was not me saying that, guys.
No, that was four or five other people. But then apparently he had written it off on the sheet as sold. And I was like, sorry to do this to you, mate, but I never agreed to that. I just said that was my bottom line. So he had to, the next day, I believe, he had to pull it off the sheet. And then I sold him to Luis instead.
However, we are missing some information about that. So I'm going to kind of step in and you can kind of fill in whenever you feel free.
Yeah.
So I know from fact that I've got the conversation up here that we started talking about it at 9 o'clock the morning before. And I said, this deal's being done and people are acting like Stevie Wonder. And that was because... Actually, how long is this?
Oh, it went on forever.
Yeah, oh yeah, it went on for a while. So anyway, this is about 7. This is 7 o'clock, 7:02. This is 2 minutes after the windows officially opened. Was Haaland offer Kama Muwani 70-30. To be honest, I like this, but promised you a word before I did the deal, which was what we'd said when I sold them to you. And I was at work, and then I came back with it. Even now, I just sit here and go, "What the fuck is I doing?" I come back with it. Gyökeres, Diaz, KDB plus 120.
Yep.
And you, sorry, this is too good. And then I went nuts and offered Gyökeres Tonali and 180 million. To which you said the other offer was still too good. And then I went on a rampage again. But by this time, I had Louise messaging me about putting in the biggest deal. So, can you remember what that was?
Yeah, you threw in Erdegaard into that one as well.
Yeah, I did. So it was Gyökeres, Tonali, Odegaard, and 140 million.
Correct.
And what did you do?
I said I can't do that to you. I knew there was something going on. You were either smashed out of your head or something going on. Nobody
knows with me. It's either or. But eventually, after the whole Joe saga, I believe, from what we spoke about, is you had decided at that moment to keep him because there was no viable offers.
Yeah.
Because Luis had thrown his dummies out the pram. He threw his dummy out the pram. I threw his dummy out the pram because he said no. Joe threw his dummy out the pram because he didn't get what he wanted.
And then actually Chrissy came in with a late bid as well.
Yeah,
with the Yamal thrown in on that as well, and Shilamani, the midfielder, and that was a really good deal. But I don't know. Lewis, then he just literally came back with 4 players.
Yeah, because
That
we'd
I've just,
spoke. Yeah, because we'd spoke about it on Sunday morning. We had a phone call, didn't we? About just generalized phone call, and I'd said if you're going to sell him to Louise, but only if he sells Mbappe, which
yeah.
is what people can see on there. Magic literally happened. Me and Magnus finished our phone call, and I rang him
Actually,
back a minute and a half later, going, "Have you seen the sheet?"
I actually didn't realize he had Mbappe until I think within halfway through our negotiations with him, and then a bell went. It's like, hang on, just he has somebody that's pretty decent. And then when I had the thought of him and Haaland together up front, I mean that would be carnage. I mean, it doesn't really matter what's behind you then, because I mean, all he's going to do is go long, go quick, and then he's going to be scoring like 4 or 5 a game. So that would be ridiculous. Um, I mean, but then in fairness to him, he did say, "Listen, I'll sell Mbappe if I have to." In fairness to him, he went through with his promise there as well, and he didn't keep on to Mbappe because I think that would have been just mental. But at the end of the day, he got a good deal for him as well, with some decent players in return. He's going to be a force next year, I think. Haaland's a bit of a cheat code, and I'll be the first to admit to that. I mean, my team wasn't by far the strongest. Joe's team was just insanity. I mean, that would win any league in the world if that was for real. But I think if you have Haaland, if Joe had Haaland, he'd be the runaway leader. I mean, there's no question he would have won the league.
By currently mile, to be fair, and we'll look at these deals and we'll go, oh, like it is all fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I had messaged Luis after our phone call after what we'd spoke about and went, look, he will do a deal for Haaland, but you've got to make it right.
Mm.
And it took him ages to work out what I was saying, and I had to then write out the voice because he couldn't understand the voice message at all. Bless him. Didn't he was like, I don't know what you're saying, Cam. So I had to write it out. And eventually, literally, it must have been an hour later. I was at work, and it came up that he'd sold, and I was like,
yeah,
nice. It's a good deal. I mean, you're getting Colo, you're getting. I don't know where he plays that Caramana.
He's a 19-year-old striker with some great promise. So I'm either going to keep him for next season or he's going to go for a handsome price.
He's going to go wide up, isn't he?
Yeah.
Junior Croupier, good, and Camavinga. It's just it's good, and we'll talk about the rest of your business later on. But because that does leave you a striker out.
It does.
So we'll talk about your business later on. But obviously, moving on to the Mbappe. Obviously,
yes.
So he did get rid of Mbappe, and I think it's a good deal.
I mean, it is. I think he's backing up a striker with a great crosser, and which is one thing that I did with Haaland is that I had lots of crosses to him, and he either used his head or he was at the end of a pass. So I think either Trent or Declan were doing well. I've never had Garnacho, so I have no idea what he's like on versus or anything like that. But I mean, judging by his stats, he should be doing the right thing. And him coming in from the left or even from the right, I think that would be he's going to do very well. But I reckon it's going to be Declan and Trent. That's going to be the assist kings for Lewis next season.
Yeah, I would not be shocked if it comes out to it is a Louis title. Not that I want that. I want you to win the title. But it's just one of those. It's just one of those where you go and he's really kind of on paper he's won the league already.
I mean, yeah, with the striker alone.
Yeah, he's won the paper. He's won it on paper, and Craig's got somebody good there to challenge as well. He's got Mbappe now, so it's whether
we've seen people with Haaland that haven't done anything before, so you never know.
Well, I've had Haaland and I've had Mbappe, and I can thoroughly say I haven't had Mbappe in this game, but I can thoroughly say that hand on heart Mbappe in FM22 was just like a different fucking level.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember back to my Cologne days, how many goals he scored, and I would have loved Mbappe. Me and Danny, season 2 nearly did a deal swap, and season 3 nearly did a deal swap.
Okay.
Just Mbappe for Haaland straight away, but everyone was telling me, no, it's a bad idea. I get some money, and Danny was like, no.
Do we know the top scorer of all time?
It must be Mbappe in FM22. It must be.
Think
In
so?
one season, he got 48. It was like 48 goals and assists, and most of them were goals. So, and that was the single game format as well. And that's one thing you got to think about: is single game format versus double game format.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes out the window. I find that
single
game format. It's got to be. Mbappe and my Cologne team that year that I just fucking stomped everybody. But I mean, there was a game where he scored 5 in the cup. You know what I mean? Against Dogu, it was like 9-5, and he scored 5.
Although in this year season, I had my central defender get a hat trick. So I think it was Shane that beat 5-1 or something. It was Mauer coming up on the front post, 3 headers. It was fucking epic, absolute epic. But anyway,
yeah, I could sit and reminisce all day, like. But so we got the last deal. I would say is probably one of the biggest ones, just based on price and what I got as well in return. Sandro Tonali went for 175 million, and Manuel Akanji, who's probably worth, I would say, in the market of what we're in at the minute. Would you say it's maybe 50 million?
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Because he's a 151. He's still got, something to give at least for 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's got decent pace as well.
Yeah, he's a very good backup. Like, I've got to say, like, I think it's the best backup plot of centre half I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like, I've got Calafiori, him, Gvardiol, and Diamande.
Yeah, I tried to get Gvardiol as well. He didn't let him go.
I'm not letting him go. He's too good.
No, you can't.
So Sandro Tonali does join Bruno, and I have played Bruno, and I've been keeping up with the friendly leagues as well. He's doing very well with his new team, Bruno. So the Premier League is going to be epic this year.
Yeah. Bruno's always a dark horse as well. You just never know. When he won the league, he was just so stable. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Gabriel at centre half, and it's just everything. He heads everything. Like, it's just, you cannot win.
No, he's a good manager. Yeah,
he's a good manager. So let's look at the National League now. You can see the difference in quality from here to here, in terms of players. So Jake sold Jude Bellingham.
Yes.
The shock of the window. What do we think there? What do we think?
To be totally honest, he went for too little. I think. 190.
Yeah. And Jake has a go about signing him a couple of years ago, and I'll speak about this a bit. But there's a video somewhere where I talk about him ridiculing me for how little I saw Jude Bellingham for.
Okay. Yeah.
That.
No,
I think he did get Van Heck and he did get Kalu, but like,
yeah, but still,
it's not enough. Even with 190 million, it's not enough.
No, it would be interesting to see what he got for the 190 million, but I'm not convinced letting him go. It was the same with me and Haaland. It's probably a stupid mistake, but we'll live to see. But I think, that was his backbone, right? So. I don't know. I'm not convinced that was the best thing to do, but you never know. He might gain promotion this season after all.
Well, I'm just looking here, and it's not obviously the whole 180 million, so you're going to have to bear with. But you spent 150 plus 10 on Pedri. You spent 90 on Boubacar Kamara from Monaco. In real life, he plays for Villa. Rodri from Villarreal, and I believe that is the proper one, not the shit one, for 100 plus 20.
Yeah.
Then he sold, which I think is he should have been stopped from doing this. Diego Jota, may he rest in peace. He sold him for 65 plus 25. That is a fucking travesty.
I was part of that bidding session, actually.
You fucking dirty bastard. And then Mohamed Salah for 50 million. So I mean, overall, and he didn't sell loads either.
No.
I mean, he sold Giovanni Fabian, Stagansky, Sensio, Lewis Miley, Edison Alvarez. Didn't sell that much. So
Time will tell. I still think Jude is one of those. Is it him? He's a bit of a cheat code.
He's very hit and miss. And this is something I actually want to ask you when you hear big players. Are they always hit and miss? Because I know you struggled a little bit with Haaland as well. And let's not sugarcoat. We've all struggled with big players. But I just wanted to hear your kind of view on that, because I really have struggled hit and miss with a lot of players recently.
I mean, between my first win with Valencia and then until Atalanta, I was shit. I mean, I got relegated faster than any other team in history, I reckon. But then I kind of tried to figure out, okay, so what's the key to the game? And it's partially the odd big time players, but there are a few stats that you just cannot ignore, and that's determination and teamwork. I mean, that's it's all, and none of my players are below 15 in terms of work ethic. And I think that's basically, if you have a team of hard-working people, sprinkled with a few superstars, I mean, you can do wonders. Right? I mean, on my Atlanta team, I've got Reece James on the right, and Hernandez. Both are fast bastards. And they bring the players with them and good crossing. James was one of the top assists. My shitty Polish attacking midfielder had 8 or 9 assists this season. I mean, I got him for I think it was 20 million or something ridiculous. So I think big players are good, but if you have these stats players as well, like good passes, good vision as well, you can do wonders. It's I think it's the hard working and the work ethic part of it that gets neglected a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that a lot of managers will kind of overlook as well. But I just wanted to hear your take on that, because it's interesting coming not from me or from Chrissy at all. So it's always interesting hearing another opinion. So I'll run through these next ones really quick, because I've just watched that time roll by. So Antonio Silva has joined Villarreal. Great signing. A lot of money, though.
Really good player.
And that makes me think Gvardiol was not worth selling if he was that.
No, exactly.
For the prices that people are coming in for Gvardiol and looking at that. Yeah. I think Gvardiol's better than him.
Great negotiations.
And then Endrick going to Brighton to sit on the bench from Ajax. I know John was selling everybody as well. So
yeah.
But 180 million plus 30 for somebody to sit on the bench. And Niall bought Osimhen as well, who's also sitting on the bench.
I mean, those two together up front might actually work.
With Evan Ferguson. It's scary, isn't it?
It is.
And then, it's scary. So, we'll quickly have a look at this draft. So, for me, the best player in this draft to be drafted and the most underrated player is balance. Gabriel Sara. Gabriel Sara, I'm going to call him for Corinthians. Baller. He was because I thought Steve was going to take Archie Gray, and he was my backup. And then when he went, I went, oh no. So I've messaged Steve. I must have pounded him for 6 messages. Who's signing? Steve, fucking tell me now who you're signing, because I've just fucked up by forgetting that you were here. And he went, Oscar Bob. I went, I just sat in this here. Oh, thank God.
Have you seen Oscar Bob's stats, though?
He's not all that.
Jesus, I think he's going to be. I think he's the dark horse here. Him and Gonzalez, I think, are the two big ones.
I don't know. I think Harry Amass is a quality signing as well.
No, there's pretty good ones. Samuel Ricci as well is.
top draw.
That's really good.
He was good. He was my fourth choice on the list. I've got to say, like, there's some really good deals there.
I copped a bit of heat from Pulisic as well, but well, we'll see.
You'll see. I mean, I love Pulisic, and I probably will come and buy him next window, because what I'm doing is I'm making a team of. Because we don't know if there's going to be versus. We don't know if this is going to be the last time.
That's such a shame if it is.
And that is the scary bit for me. So I'm going to make a team full of my favourite players that I've used. Don't even have to be good. Don't even have to be good. Like, if you've got a player I want, I'm going to offer you whatever I can to get the player. Like,
I'll
not
take
loads, but no, he stays. He's part of that I love. Like, I don't know how I've done it, but I've secretly kind of already built some of it.
Oh, okay.
So I've already built the Odegaard and De Jong. I need a Van der Beek.
Oh, you're going that route. Okay.
Yeah, Van der Beek. The Milner's no longer in the game, so I have to make do amend. I might ask them to put him as my assistant manager.
You got Xavier Hernandez, who plays in Mexico still. You got to bring the 40-year-old back from the dead. Plays in Chivas. Hernandez, the former United striker.
No,
he's still playing in Chivas in Mexico.
Oh, he must be dead. No, but there's some really good players that I'd love, and a few of them have went like over these drafts as well. Like, and it's really scary to like watch that these players are going. But I think it's good. And I mean, Ethan Newari as well. Like, he's a quality little signing.
Yeah.
But John spending 130 million on Connor Bradley is fucking criminal.
Yeah. That one I don't get. But
what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I mean, I've never played with him at all on FM at all. I mean, in real life, I would have him every day of the week in most of the Premier League teams. But in this game, I've never seen anyone highlight him as any decent player. And John was after Reece James, so and he put some stupid numbers up for him as well. But I just can't let him go. But we'll see. I mean, he could prove me wrong. Connor might actually do really well, but I think he's on a British only players, right? So he was left a bit short, especially with Gray going.
Yeah, and I mean, then like looking at the rest of this, it starts getting less and less. So
yeah.
I mean, Florentino Luis and Christian Pulisic, two very, very good signings. Then I'm enjoying. I can't wait to see how that one works out for you.
It's going to be Luis and Kamavinga in the middle. I mean, with Kulusevski up front as well. So I think it's going to be decent.
That's nice. Pascal Struck, Jesus Christ. I mean, looking at the rest of this team as well, like I mean, I'm glad Craig got his 2 targets as well, because I was speaking to him and he wanted Benza, and I said like he'll probably get him, but like, I thought there was times when, I mean, Christoph Asia going to Rashmat, it's just such a Rashmat move. Like, he knows he's OP and he always signs him no matter what. So Yuri Tielemans for me was a terrible move, and I realised that he went for about 6 million in the last YBAP. But you know, I was going to sign Jake's regen just to piss him off because I know he's blocked me. So I was just going to do it, and I thought I told Craig, put Jake Aspen on as a joke, then put Yuri Tielemans on. And he just put Jake Aspen's on and like for accepted. Now I'm messaging, I'm like, no, shouting down the mic on Discord, no, take it off, it's not funny. Yes, that was interesting. But I wish I had enough money to go for James McAtee. I think he is dead. I think he's the apart from Gabriel Sarr, I think he's probably the second best bargain.
Yeah, no, I think that was a really, really good piece of business, actually.
It's unbelievable. And to finish off, there's 3 there. Pause if you want to have a look. I'm not going to stay there forever.
Well, I've still got 100 million to play with, so you never know. There might be a late deal coming in.
Hi. You know where it is. So looking at these 2 teams now, I mean, just looking at it, it's great. I mean, we'll start off with your team.
Yes,
And
I think
I'm actually impressed. I had to switch my team round in terms of this it was
yeah,
going keeper from the top. I switched it around, and yours is exactly the same when you sent me it, and that was unplanned. So I'm really very 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 happy about that. But yeah, your team. Do you want to run through it?
Well, my back four has been ever since Stones came in. I've got a really good backup as well, who won the league for me the first time with Atalanta. Very underrated, Ivorian. But then with Luis and Camavinga coming in, I think that's going to lead to a lot of very good tackling, very good passing as well. With Kulusevski feeding Moani with the wingers coming in, it's just going to leave so much space for my backs. I think I reckon this is probably better than my last Haaland team. So, but then again, you never know. But I think it's better balanced than my last team, especially the two defensive midfielders. Different class, completely different class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you've got a really nice little solid team there, and what you were saying before, it's not all about superstars as well as it. You know
No,
what I mean?
and Moani came second in the goal scoring league as well. So I mean, he didn't do too badly.
Yeah, and I think it's just one of those where we'll look at names. A lot of where we'll look at names, but
Yeah.
for me, I've been quite fortunate that I've not had to look at names. The names have
Mm.
just happened to have been there. Like Archie Brown, he might not be the best player in terms of but you look at how good he is, and like
Yeah.
look at his hidden attributes, and you'll go,
I think
actually,
there's
he's
another thing that
not
people
a player.
don't use enough is the hidden attributes. I think there's some very interesting things to be seen there as well.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. He wrote the baby
No, it's the cat actually. Jesus.
up. That's even
Yeah.
worse.
If it doesn't get fed, it's like a monster going on over here. But I
Um,
mean, I love your two attacking midfielders. I think that's going to bring you a lot of joy, especially
I mean,
Odegaard.
he's very much hit and miss. He's one of those where I think all players are. And Stuart said this the other day, actually, in Discord. He said, worked for the last 5 matches, did fuck all for me.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But then again, I can say the same about Gyökeres, Odegaard,
Mm.
Costa, Diamonde, Gravadio, any other player. Tonali. Tonali did fuck all 90% of the time,
Mm.
but he looks great in a shit
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
So when I had my Anderlecht team, he was my best player
Mm.
because the rest of my team was shite. And that's what, in this cycle, I've seen. It's changed. It just the level.
Yeah.
The level. I don't think now I could go back to the level of player pre this cycle. The level of team.
No. No.
After my second season, on my third season, I was a 4.5. I was a 4.5 star.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whereas it took me all of FM until the last season to get 4.5 star last time,
Mm.
and I had
It's
some stellar
difficult.
players.
But
Like, I had a
as we
really
said, I don't think necessarily the stars are that important. I think it's the balance of the team that counts. But unfortunately, I think it's a bit of a tactic thing as well. Some tactics work better, even if you stacked it with all the best players. Some tactics you wouldn't do a 4-4-2, even with Haaland and Mbappe up front. Would that work? Potentially not, because it's not the
it
OP.
will. Let me show you next season. Everybody, give me the best. Give me the best players. I'll show you how to run a 4-4-2 properly. But yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean,
good to
to
see
be
that.
fair, I think that's my plan next year. To be fair, but I mean, just looking at my team, like everybody wanted Costa. Well, there was at least 3 people came in for Costa. About 5, 6 people wanted Diamonde.
Yeah,
About 10 people wanted Gravadio.
yeah,
Like
yeah, as
Calafiori,
well.
I've just signed. Vanderson, I've just signed. Brown, I've just signed. De Jong, Gray, I've just signed. I mean, I had to get rid of some players for them, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Xavi Simmons, there was at least 3, 4, 5. Like, it's at least, I'm pretty sure 4 people wanted him. Odegaard, fucking everybody in the Nana wanted him. And then Gyökeres, I've had probably about 10 ish people at least ask availability.
Mm.
So, and then I look at my bench as well, and I'm the same. So, I mean, I sold two centre backs in the same deal to Ross,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect it. I just put them both on the chat, and he just went, "How much for them both?" And I went, "What, like individually?" And he went, "No, as a pair." And I went, "Dude, I've never had that happen ever."
No.
It freaked me out.
So what do you think you're going to do this season then? Do
I think I'm
you?
going to come probably mid-table again.
Oh, really?
I've got to work out this tat there. I've got to work out the tat. I've got to get Goikarez firing. When I get him firing, that's Harry. Because last season, a lot of my goals came from my two attack midfield players who weren't necessarily amazing either. So, but I'm yet to find the right. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to try and do a lot of friendlies and see what I can do in terms of changing my tactic up. And I don't know, because you look at that side, it's very much the back four and goalkeeper, possession, two holding midfield players, possession, two attacking midfield players, possession, striker will banging them in whenever he can be bothered to. And then you put two really fast wingers.
Yeah. It should work.
It should, on paper, it works. On paper,
Exactly.
you put that side up right now. If you pluck that side together and said, right, how many games? If this started if this team started against that team, against the Atalanta team, who, in like you just said, right, Pep's the manager of both teams. Both cloned Pep, manager of both teams. Who wins?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the back four is quite similar. It's going to be decided in the middle of the park. I mean, that's going to be the biggest challenge, though, I think.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve in terms of being able to adapt this team, because I've got Xavi Simmons who can play up front.
Yeah.
Which is a blessing. He can play. I can just stick him up front as a deep line forward and just let him do what the fuck he likes and play three in midfield if I'm losing the midfield ball.
A support striker as well, that works.
And if I want to go back to a 4 at the back and play Vanders and play like a 4-4, if I wanted to go and play 4-4-2, I could do that with the players that I've got there.
Yeah, probably could.
Because Gray could go back to right back, Calafiori stays at left back, M2 stays centre half. I could even swap Gravalior and Calafiori. Like, do you know what I mean? Brown and Vanderson in the midfield role.
I still think if you played a 5 in the middle, I think you could. I mean, you've got the two holders. You've got the one Odegaard sitting behind the two strikers.
Yeah, I'm thinking about going Volante, but that's a story for another time. So, obviously, we're coming right near the end now. And we did do our tracks of the week. And I said to Chrissy, do you want to put yours in? And he said yes.
Yeah, enough said.
Enough said. Chrissy's track of the week is Everything is Awesome by Tegan and Sarah featuring The Lonely Island. You can tell that man's been to Legoland. He's got PTSD. I said to him, we advertise ourselves as a serious-ish podcast. Sorry, this week the host is he's unavailable because he's got PTSD from Legoland. And he just put the laughing gif and just hasn't replied since. So he's dead somewhere in a house, just completely collapsed on the floor probably. However, mine is of a different somber mood, and it does kind of link to the song itself. Does link. Obviously, this week in that yesterday, it was 2 days ago. Ozzy Osbourne sadly passed away at the age of 76, isn't it? He was 76. So. It's now gone on my brain. I
mean, it's a miracle he hung on for that long, to be honest.
But then you look at the likes of fucking Mick Jagger and Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards, and you going, how are you alive?
How are you standing?
They're cannulas in their arms. But no, Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, he did die this week, and honestly, obviously a lot of people in here know I love music, and they know I love just banging on about music all the time on this, and I think it's really important that we do, because music celebrates the past, the present, and the future. And I was unlucky not to get tickets to go to Villa Park and see them live. I was very disappointed I didn't, and I wasn't paying the fees. It was like nearly £600 to get resale. I said
no.
Not for me. But I would have loved to have seen that man. And I talked to my uncle over in Australia when this happened. I know he loved Ozzy Osbourne. He went, my first ever gig at Newcastle City Hall was Black Sabbath in 1971.
Oh, really?
He said,
Wow.
I was still in school. This makes me feel old, the fact that he's even lived this long. And I went, fucking hell, do you know what I mean? Like, but his lyrics and his legend will forever live on through a meme, a song, anything. But I love the man dearly, and Dreamer is where I want. There's what I want to be this season. I want to be up the top. And back. I was going to put Mama, I'm Coming Home, but the Premier League's never really been my home. So I thought that not. But Dreamer is where I kind of want to be, and it does fit. So, anything you would like to say about the man?
No, he was a legend, absolute legend. He gave so much to so many people. So hopefully he's being annoying to somebody else somewhere else.
Yeah, he's probably trying to find the beer thief. And obviously, you asked for your track of the week, Mag.
Yes, you turned me down, man. You turned me down.
Because I will not have K-pop on this podcast. But we decided, because I'm not a degenerate, on another song. And you decided on
classic.
Learn It to Fly.
I mean,
it is a
if you don't like Foo Fighters, you've got no business in music. It's
it's great. And to be honest, mate, like, I think that sums up your. You need this without Haaland. You need something without Haaland. So you're learning to fly without the great man himself. Is
indeed, and a few additions as well. So we'll see if we can make sure that we do fly to the very top of the table and get the double.
I'm sure you will. But Magnus, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's a late night in Sweden for you.
It is indeed.
I'm very, very sorry we're keeping you up so long. But thank you very much for coming on. I know Chris, you'll really appreciate it. I'd be gutted he's not here, but
yeah, that's a shame.
I really do want to thank you for coming on. But yeah, hopefully you'll win the title and we can have you back on this time next season.
We will. I'll be gloating. I will be gloating.
That's what we want, mate. That's what we want. Well, thank you very much for coming on, and
no worries.
Just hang around. Well, that is the end. Thank you very much for watching. This has been episode 42 of Football Manager Super League podcast. Please like and subscribe from wherever you are. And remember, FM is life. Thank you very much. See you somewhere down the road, and take care.